Alright, so I'm getting my stuff cleaned up a little bit. I was gonna go clean up back there where that gentleman with 2 dogs hangs out, but life is what it is, isn't it? Anyway, most of my batteries are almost out of juice. I've been sweating like a priest in court. It's been warm. Tomorrow or the next day, I guess, it's supposed to get 107 here in Oregon. That's pretty warm. I know there are places where it's warmer, but this place is also very humid, which makes it that much more dangerous. There's got to be some starches of some sort in my vehicle I can eat for dinner. And of course, we'll see if any of my external batteries still have a charge on them. Hopefully they do. This one's got 3 bars. So now we got to see if the charger is in here. It might not be. No, not seeing it. I ever tell you how much I dislike mosquitoes? There's a lot of different vermin up here that ain't much fun. I'm gonna go try to talk to that Laura lady again. Hopefully I can find a charger cord so that my phone doesn't die. There's one. And I don't know, I probably need to calm down and watch a YouTube video. People don't understand that when you're called mentally ill, there's stuff that you're not allowed to do for yourself. That once you have the tag of mentally ill, that anybody can harm you at any point in time. They can deny you resources that are supposed to be a right. Well, it's only a right if you have money, which means that it's not a right, it's a privilege that you have to pay for with money. So why are we paying taxes to these guys if they're not going to observe our rights? If they're going to treat our rights as if they are privileges? There's a young man at the vehicle next to me that smiled at me and nodded at me, so I acknowledge people's existence. They're still people too. But I try to mind my business, unless there's, of course, people being threatened. That sucks. Or people being harmed. I usually don't mind my business in those situations. Sometimes there's people that are just violent-minded. That's their solution for everything. This view that I have, there's Washington State just across the Columbia River, and I'm maybe, I don't know, probably 150 yards or so from the Columbia River, and I'm only about maybe 40 or 50 yards, I suppose, from the water itself, because it's technically attached to the river. It's the little, what do you call that? It's like a rental thing for boats, but it's little boats, like not sailboats. These are like Some of them look like boogie boards, but they got a rod that comes down underneath them and then a hydrofoil attached to it. And most of them, it's basically like an inflatable surfboard that they stand on and paddle through the water on. Stuff like that. So I started wiping my forehead on my other sleeve here, so the salt is a little bit more evenly distributed. And of course, working on making sure that everything is charged up. I got 2 external batteries here. They're completely dead now. I got 2 of the 800 megahertz ones, I think is what they are. I don't know. It says I don't know. I can't read it. I got 2 of these though. This one's got 32% charge. 35, 32. Yeah, 32% charge. So the one that I'm using has still got 2 bars left. That's how these ones read it. Is there's a little thing on the side. You press the button on the top, and it's supposed to tell you how much is left. That one's obviously dead. And I have 2 of them like this. This one's at 32, and I think the other one's at 0, but I'm not for certain. What a pain, right? Might be under my mountain of crap behind me too, who knows. There's a lot of people doing real screwy stuff. Ain't no reason for them to be doing that screwy stuff. Dr. Caroline Diamond is apparently her name, but I don't know if she's a doctor or not. She really doesn't come across as professional at all. It's not professional. She should be trying to get that shit into court. Instead, she's trying to circumvent the courts and have him punished immediately vigilante style by using the fact that she's a woman. Well, that's pretty fucked up. And also reinterpreting everything that he typed and said. That period ain't supposed to be there. Now, you know that. Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna fucking shoot yourself over a goddamn period in a sentence. Holy fucking shit.
Did you turn in cans here?
No,
Would you sign for me so I can turn in $5 worth?
I can't.
Why?
Because I've turned in cans before like that and they told me no, not anymore.
She just told me if I find someone to sign for me, I can turn 5 in. All you gotta do is sign. If you haven't turned any in today or since she's been on shift. I just don't want to walk up that fucking hill, and plus I don't even think I'll make it in time. Up to, before they close.
Well, in this exact store, I've had them twice tell me that wasn't okay. If they can't, if somebody is turned away, then somebody else has got to do it. They can take $5 worth. If you've already done it today, though.
If I clear it with her, would you do it? I'll
Yeah.
give you, okay, all right.
The other 2 times, I made sure I got permission too. Damn, that was my head. Alright, there was a guy who wanted me to bring cans in for him, and 2 times before this I got in trouble because people asked me to. So there was a guy just because apparently they were turned down. Well, they couldn't bring any in. They'd already brought some in that day, the first one, and the second one is because apparently you don't have those kind of cans and bottles here. Alright.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, how many is he bringing in?
50. That's what he said.
Alright, should I go count him with him and make sure?
If you want to.
Alright.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yep. How many you at now?
Did you sign the thing?
Not yet.
I'll take you down, son.
He already took a bunch of them out and dumped them before I got there, so I didn't get to count them all.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
You man. See that white bag? You can have that whole bag, or I'll give you like $1. So, oh shit.
Yeah, there's your money.
That one? That white bag in the ledger, you can take that.
That's all right. I actually don't have any room in my vehicle for any cans.
What's that?
I don't actually have any room in my vehicle for any cans, but thank you anyway.
Okay, very good.
Yep. He wanted that $5 so he could buy a couple. Next time I'm gonna tell him about it. Logan, buy me a beer. Just kidding. I hate doing that. I went and signed my name so this dude could have $5 and he went straight to the fucking beer counter. I'm like, all right.
Oh, you did cans?
Yeah, if
For
somebody
who?
needs some food, I don't mind signing for it. But if the first thing you're gonna do is go for booze,
Who?
man, you do need to walk that far. The old guy who's got that stuff there, He said I could have a bag of the white bag of cans for doing it. I'm like, no, I don't have room in my vehicle. I was hoping he'd get food with it. You got food. You didn't waste it on alcohol. I can respect that. Of course, you also didn't have me exchange or sign my name so you could get that food. I mean, roar, I'm a big scary bear and I'm hateful and angry and let's go huff and puff and blow some houses down and breathe fire and you couldn't call me
Some old bag gave me these that my kids don't like them. The second bag he's giving me like
What are they?
not mine around one
What is it?
caramel and cheese popcorn mix.
Sounds kind of good.
It's not bad. I don't know what spoiled kids he has, but fuck them, I'll eat their popcorn.
right. So Logan showed up just to ditch us.
Just getting half fries.
Getting what?
Chips.
Ah. Well, I can't be friends with anyone who eats chips. How dare he? What are you yabbering on about over there?
Look, when I get up,
You what?
I'm old.
You are old.
My life flashes before my eyes every time I stand up.
Do you have any spare sticks?
Him or me? I don't have any.
Dang, I want to save it for later because I want me to eat. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Do what? I don't think he was talking to me.
I'll just get. Just give me whatever you want.
Helicopter. These are Blackhawks. Kind of weird looking. I couldn't really tell because I was half blinded by the sun. That's the direction they came from. So I saw just an odd silhouette that I could tell was a helicopter. I hope you enjoyed the show. Anyway, I'm gonna let the lady know inside that I'm not gonna do that anymore. I don't feel comfortable with it. I'm okay with them spending their money on that, but if they've already gotten their cans for the day, the part of the reason that they do that is because God, it all goes right through the beer cooler. Is that true? No, not all of it. Some people actually do get food. But the three people that pulled their canned stuff here, it was for alcohol. I'm fine with helping them out if that's what they're going to spend it on, though. I don't actually feel comfortable with that. Because people use that against all of us. I mean, he got 2 beers this morning, I'm sure. The reason that he couldn't go in again and do it and had to get someone else to sign for it was because, well, he'd already been in once today. Maybe he got food with his money earlier. I don't
Dude,
know.
you got to use for any
No, thank
double
you
A's?
though. No,
You got a
I'm
radio or
good.
something? In the morning, when I turn in cans, I'll give you a couple bucks. I just spend it all on beer. But you need any tools or anything? I got miscellaneous tools. Anything like
I'm
that?
good. I got tools in here. I
All right.
just
I'll take care of you. I promise you I will.
sometimes people follow through. Usually they don't. I don't expect it. I do want to make sure people are fed, but more than that, I want to make sure that they are safe. Not a pretend safety. You guys pretend that there's all these programs that help us. No, they really don't. They spend money to deny us services that are ours as Americans. We paid our taxes for that. We worked hard for that. We busted our asses doing manual labor, building your houses, building your boats, doing your landscaping. For shit wages. And then you say it's our own fault. We should have gotten better jobs. Y'all got no clue how the world really works, do you? You got this idea in your head about how it is in your pampered life. Down here, you do have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to who's around you all the time. You have to pay attention to their habits. You got to pay attention to their enemies. That's really how it is. My friend Angus was stabbed to death by his best friend, Spencer Crawford. Spencer was my friend too. Spencer did not spend a whole bunch of years in prison. He's not serving 48 years in prison for stabbing Angus right in the heart. I don't think he went to prison at all. But that's because Angus's parents were all Christian about it and forgiving. That's a different kind of Christian than what we're used to having on my channel, ain't we? We get the fire and brimstoners, don't we? Or y'all get those people who, yeah, even though most of the crimes, most abuse, and most murders in this country most of them. And then these alcoholics that you're afraid of want to pretend like you got no right or reason to be afraid of them with their volatility. They want to get angry, volatile, like, most alcoholics. You can't tell them about their alcoholism or how it affects them. Most of them aren't going to hear it. I'm tired of people dying. I'm tired of the people that you don't love, you don't care about, and you're not going to help in your own family. I'm tired of you dumping them off out here on all of us and pretending that all of us are those people. I'm also tired of people being victimized to the point that all that they have left the only happiness or solace they may get out of a day is being allowed to drink their life away. At least while they're drunk, they're less aware of the shitty situation they're in. At least if they're messed up on meth, they're not sleeping, which means they're not going to fucking freeze to death. It means their body is moving, which means that they're not going to die out there on the streets. And that's sad too. I know a whole bunch of people who were homeless, didn't do drugs, didn't drink. After 6 months, they're doing meth so that they don't get a ticket. How insane is that? What happens when the homeless die? We get thrown in the oven, literally, cremated. We don't matter. Just like Natalie didn't matter, and that's horrible. Natalie did not matter to her own family. She did not matter to her as anything other than a fucking sex toy and a salesman. Same thing with Alicia Bollinger. Their mom was too fucked up and too busy dating assholes who abused Natalie and her sister and their mom to actually be a mother. Sounds like my mom. The only way we can make a difference is by working together. You know what you know what he could do? He could pick up some trash. He could come get a bag for some garbage and pick up a bag full of garbage. I'd consider that fair. You guys know that tree over there I keep cleaning up? I'd give him a bag and let him pick that up. I don't know if he would. I don't mind earning my keep. I don't mind picking them berries for my dinner. But you know what? Just because you can't do what other people can do, they won't let you. They won't let you earn your keep. And then they expect you to earn your keep. They're not going to offer you a job. They're just going to call you lazy and tell you you don't want a job. It's not that I don't want a job. It's that I can't work a job. I can't get a job. I don't have everything that I need to get a fucking job. I think you guys would be surprised how many crimes have been committed against me by the people that were supposed to help. Gaslighting is a very serious charge, especially in a situation where people are dead. And people are dead. A lot of people are dead because I wasn't taken seriously, because I wasn't heard. That's what the evidence proves. But you won't look at it, you won't listen. That is why people are dead. We could have put a stop to these predators. We could have stopped Waylon Lolotai before he ever went to Boulder and assaulted me. We could have stopped him when he assaulted me. We could have put a stop to him doing that shit to people. And then he wouldn't have cost the city of Boulder as much money as he did. And it's not the city of Boulder who pays it, it's the taxpayers. Always the taxpayers. These guys spend millions in your taxpayer dollars to cover up the crimes that they committed. And then when they get busted, when somebody actually helps to expose it, well, they have to fork out more of your tax dollars. Why is it that they don't have money for battered women's shelters? Why is it they have to pull every cheap trick that they fucking can? Because, well, if they pull those cheap tricks against the homeless, you'll support it. Sometimes they fuck up, though, like they did with Samuel Leon Lawrence IV. Like they did with Zaid Atkinson. And they got lucky. Zaid Atkinson was willing to lie and play the race card. This shit ain't okay. I had me some blackberries, so I can't complain too much. That's close enough to a dinner. I heard a shit ton. I'm gonna have to travel, but the young lady and her mom both have, well, her mom has my number. They're in a shitty situation themselves. People are dead. You don't get how much it hurts that I couldn't see Christina because she wouldn't speak up. Claimed that she would, but she didn't. Then once she got housing, she destroyed evidence. She didn't want to lose her housing. You tell me I'm supposed to understand that. Oh, I understand why she did what she did. That doesn't make it right, and that doesn't make it legal. She got away easy. She died. Matter of fact, I have idiots trying to pretend like I killed Christine because I was able to predict her fucking death exactly how she'd die. Yes, that's how she died, but the other thing is, how many friends have we had out on the streets that got housing and then fucking overdosed? A shit ton. When I got housing, I tried to do all of the things that I was supposed to do once I had housing. But I didn't have the help that I was supposed to have. The people who were paid to do those jobs weren't doing it. I wasn't being heard. My predators were. You have any idea how difficult it is to turn in police officers when the police officers talk to the people that are supposed to help you first? When your predators are heard and you're not? This is not fucking okay. Then those people go out of their way not to look at evidence, and then they claim that I'm crazy because they refuse to look at evidence. And that's what the recordings show. So to show the evidence is they refuse to look. I gotta go try to find this Laura lady and try to get help from her. Looks like my phone is overheating and it's not working too good. Dr. Caroline Diamond is doing things that I speak out about. That I speak out against, rather. I've heard homophobic remarks out of that woman repeatedly today. I'm not okay with it. That is not professional. Making Brokeback Mountain jokes at people, that's not appropriate. The way she's going at that guy is entirely wrong. The way that she's going at that guy leads me to believe that she's making it up for attention. At first, I thought maybe she's in a situation like me, but she's not. She's not doing it as a last-ditch effort because the police wouldn't do their jobs and nobody else cared. She's doing it with the intention of maliciously slandering a man's name on the internet and making him out to be a monster. She's going out of her way to try to reinterpret everything that he wrote and everything that he typed. Yeah, I am definitely not going to be okay with that. Just like with Chloe Roma. When she wanted to, that's on YouTube, type in Chloe Roma, Roma Army Men's Rights. When she started telling people to lie in court, I was done. That doesn't help us. Not even a little bit, not even at all. False accusations and crying wolf hurts all of us. It hurts us, actual victims, every time you perverted sick shits do that. You play victim because you don't want your victims to be heard. You're fucking sick. You know who runs around calling people mentally ill and on drugs? Narcissists. It's not legal to commit crimes against people just because they're called mentally ill or because they happen to be homeless. Those things don't make it magically legal. But because of our bias, yes, those things are magically legal because it's not what the law says is supposed to happen. We get to see all these different people who tell me that it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Well, look at these people who had help. It did work. It did work for them 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Look at George Floyd and those people working together. Look at Samuel Leon Lawrence IV. Look at Zaid Atkinson and Michelle Rodriguez. They worked together. And then there's the ones who did horrible things, who worked together to hide their crimes, like the Bollingers. And they all get away with it by calling me mentally ill. That term should never be used. I'm not sure if this is recording anymore because it's freezing up on me, so good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.